Hello everyone, I'm Jillian. I'm a learning advisor at Academic Skills, and in this short video, I'm going to talk to you about the fifth and final step of the essay writing process, which is polish. Polish your writing. So there are 4 steps to polishing your essay that we recommend, and that is the first is argument, then structure, then paragraphing, and then expression. So let's look at each of those 4 steps. So the first thing you want to do is really take a look at your argument. Is your thesis statement really clear and direct? Does it take a position and outline your supporting argument? Does it really clearly and directly and persuasively answer the essay question? Are your key reasons signposted there at the end of your introduction? And are your key reasons then summarized in your conclusion? So check out those things first of all. And then you want to move on to polishing your structure, having a close look at the structure you've created. Is your argument sustained throughout the essay body, or have you gotten sidetracked somewhere by just doing a description or kind of going off topic, thinking about a different argument? You want to make sure you've stayed focused. Do your topic sentences always contribute to your argument, or are some of them purely factual or descriptive? You want to make sure those topic sentences are argumentative ones. Are your paragraphs in a nice logical order? Does the order of your reasons in the introduction match the order of the paragraphs in your body? Making sure there's a match there. And then the third stage is to look at your paragraphing. So the main thing you want to do there is check that each paragraph does have a topic sentence and one main idea. And do your paragraphs have too much evidence and analysis? If so, should they be split? So bearing in mind that paragraphs are 150 to 200 words, you already know if it's over 200 words, one of your paragraphs, then you want to think about splitting it because you've probably talked about too many ideas in that paragraph. So think about where that next idea begins and split the paragraph there, writing a new topic sentence for that new paragraph that clearly shows its relationship to the main reason you're discussing there and to your thesis statement. You want to check that your quotations are accurate and that you've cited your evidence correctly. We have some resources on that, on academic integrity and referencing, that you'll want to check out. And then finally, you want to look at your expression, the sentence by sentence flow of your essay. So what you want to do there is to think about if your sentences flow together, if there's any abrupt shifts. You want to include some transition words, some cohesive devices to make that flow clearer. You want to check if there are any long sentences that could be shortened. You don't want your sentences to cover more than 2 lines in your Word document. So that's a good test to see if a sentence should be shortened. You want to check for redundant phrases or repetition that could maybe be cut if you are over the word limit. Have you used synonyms to create variety in your writing? Have you eliminated your spelling and grammatical errors? And is the formatting correct? So these are the final things you want to do to polish your essay, and it's important to go in this order. If you start by checking on your expression, you may not realize you didn't really answer the question as directly as you could have. And so it's more useful to check in this order, in the order of importance, and in the order in which your marker will most likely be giving weight to each criteria to make up your grade. Okay, that's the final step. And from here, you'll be ready to submit your essay. Best of luck.